Um, so I don't know the exact dates, but I know that it's been about almost an entire year of me living and breathing an undiagnosed disability. And it's un-COVID related. But it's uncanny that they fell into the same timeline. So it's like, yeah, people like want to, they're just like, well, or they welcome you in and, you know, whatever, and that's good too. What I've learned during COVID is that there's so much that we have to give, that we have to offer one another. And then we don't even know what our gifts are until someone's like, I'm broken. And you're like, hey, I'm here. I can do a thing. And, you know, and the thing that you can offer is not something that they asked for, but like sometimes it's exactly what they asked for without asking for it. And I don't know, I there's something special about humanity, and like finding place, finding space for oneself, for camaraderie, you know, who are my friends, who are my brethren, who are my family, you know, and how can I care for them, and how can they care for me? Did that answer your question?
That's a beautiful answer. You're saying there's a coincidence of COVID with this illness that you've now got. How do people react to that? Is COVID a reason for them not wanting to contact, or is COVID a reason for them making sure you're okay? How do you negotiate all of that?
Whenever I go to, like, I have very a very select few who will take me to the hospital, and I make sure that they're COVID tested, they're cool. And then every time that I go to the hospital for my own testings, for my undiagnosed everything, like I make sure that I get COVID clear. But I mean, you know, like how can you know, really? Because there's like 2 days to 14 days. How can you tell the difference between COVID and depression? And also, like, we live in this space where, like, they kind of coincide. I don't know. I spent 2 days sleeping, like, it's been 48 hours of just me sleeping in bed. Not because I wanted to, but because, like, my entire body was just, like, not having me being awake. And I was like, is this COVID or is this depression? What? I think that as artists, that we always, like, I think that I am not the only one who considers themselves like jack of all trades, master of none, you know? And so working in film, working in theater, working now in dance, there's a certain time and a place that you can recognize your space and your knowledge. And what do you have to bring to this world? And where's the next generation coming up from? Like, that is a huge thing for me. I'm like, everything that I want to do in my life, I'm learning from my elders, but also I am just caring for the next ones. And I'm just like, I want to bring you up. I want to bring you up. Where are the ways that I can bring you up?
How did you manage to do any of that during this time?
I mean, like, social media. It's not been an easy thing. But the people that I've invested in, they've invested in me as well, you know. So it's just, social media has been the way in which we can connect. That is the new normal, and I hate that term. I really hate it. Also, pivot. Also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, pivot's the new normal.
Pivot's the new normal. Snort.
It's not good. So, was there anything you delved into more in depth during this last year?
The hospital?
Right, well, yeah.
No, that was a joke. You were supposed to laugh.
I was chuckling, but...
Okay, so I guess the things or the ways in which I've delved into, I think that I have been more immersed into filmmaking. Yep. And I'm here for it. And I think that I have not been serving myself by stepping away from that part of myself that I knew that I was, like, that's a part of me. So, like, yeah, film, theater, dance. So yes, dance is here. Theater will always be there. And then film kind of stepped away from me. So, like, this past year has been me more integrating with film.
Because I know you're doing projects, and I know you are a filmmaker. So during this time, as I know, it's a pretty tough call to do any of that. But you're starting to do that. You're working on other people's projects now.
Yeah, I am working on my best friend's documentary, and it's completely in Northern Sami, Northern Scandinavian Sami, and she's doing her best to translate it for me. So when I'm reading her script, I'm just like, "Hi, I have questions about this," and she was like, "Oh no, you didn't get it." I'm just like, yeah, I don't think I got it because, you know, lost in translation, right, folks.
Yes.
Not just filmery.
Yeah.
It's me. Yoiking, yeah. Yeah, and there's like yoiking, like it just like it brings something in me that like brings me to life. And then also brings me to tears, you know? It's just like, no one, like, there are no English words. There are no Sami words. It's just yoiking, you know? And when it's done, yeah, I cry.
Have you learned to yoik?
I would love to yoik. if someone would teach me Elamaya, like, yeah, I'm gonna tag a couple of people if they want to teach me to yoik. I will learn.
Maybe there's a group somewhere on Facebook, you know?
No, but I don't. I think that it should be learned like on the land, like
Oh, yeah.
with the people. Like
But
we
here
can
are.
socially distance and we
Yeah.
can hunt a reindeer. Like
I just think there might be a Facebook group called the New Yorkers.
quit your day job, please.
I had to get that in. I'm sorry. The New
You've
Yorkers.
been waiting for it for how long?
10 minutes, I'm like, where can I make this joke? So, you're helping her develop a script for her own story. What is this movie about?
Her name is Suna, and Suna's my best friend. She saw me, and her partner is Akuru, and he is Inuk from Greenland. But the both Akuru and I have been witness to her PTSD and going through a trial, and thankfully the court ruled in her favor.
It must be difficult to put all this together during COVID. How do you do that?
We're still in like a writing phase, and so yeah, like she's writing, and I'm not like a co-writer, but I'm more of like an advisor. So like I will read her script and I will say, I have questions about this and maybe this and da da da.
So it's
And
an editing role, in a way.
I just want to say advisor, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to put a name on myself.
Right. So that's going to be something once COVID restrictions get lifted, then you're going to maybe move towards
To actually film it, yeah.
And you got involved in an ideal world going to Greenland.
Yeah, to Finland, yeah, for sure. And I think the term that we know it is Sápmi.
Something that's the
It's indigenous territory, and it's like you can be in Norway, like
part of
the circumpolar Scandinavia.
you've been caught up, with all these other things that are going on. Some people have COVID stories, things that happened to them during this time that are memorable, or things that they've witnessed happen to other people during this time.
I don't know. I think it's interesting because there are so many different experiences all in the same, like we're in the same realm, you know. You and I live in the same timeline. Jane and I live in the same timeline. So and so, like that, yeah, same timeline. But that's not to say that our experiences are the same. And COVID, I think, has affected, of course, I'm not the first person to say this, but like, it's affected marginalized and racialized folks. Specifically, let's go to the streets. Let's talk to them. let's talk to the folks that, you never ever get a chance to hear their voices from, and now they're gone. And what is wrong with us that it's taken us this point to want to hear their voices? But that's not to say that it's too late, because it's not too late. And so, like, I am an Indigenous Haudenosaunee woman, a person of privilege. I'm not privileged. I'm not. I'm really not. But I'm more privileged than others. So I acknowledge that. And I know my right and my territory. And I also, I want to use the place and power of my privilege to incite or elicit some goodness. We can't get through this alone. We need each other. And I need you. I need him. I need she. I need they and all of us, all of the people, seen and unseen, recognized and unrecognized, that we can all hold space to transform something into goodness, because I think that's needed.
So it's a time to reflect as well on what we've been given and what we can give others.
Yeah.
So there must have been some tough times during this. How do you cope when there are tough times during COVID?
The most beautiful thing is that it has called family in, like cousins that I haven't spoken to in my entire life. And just relatives reaching out, just being like, hey, but it took social media to get there, for you to be read. But social media is there for a reason, I think, whether it's healthy or not, I don't know. But the fact that it has brought family together, I really appreciate that. Mm.
So, do you have any goals or resolutions that have come out of this year?
Do you have any goals, Miss Lady? Goals or aspirations?
Aspirations as much as for me, it's given me time to reflect on what I really want to do. So what do you really want to do after this? When this all calms down and people are able to actually, interact with each other without being afraid?
I don't want us to stop interacting without kindness. There are so many times when I have, not even this mask, it can be like the whatever mask, but I have a mask on, and maybe it's because I have a walker, I don't know, but people have treated me so much more humanistically than I've ever experienced outside of this. So I don't want us to lose our humanity outside of this. And who knows when this is going to end? Who knows?
Do you think that we have fundamentally changed how we react with people, or will we go back to being the usual?
We'll always go back to a capitalistic mindset, I think. As long as that is the foundation, and that's the way that things are run, you know? We're still, like, if there is another pandemic, it's going to happen. Guess what? It's going to happen. On our watch. Not even on our children's watch, you know? It's on our watch. Not that I'll ever probably have a child. Doesn't matter. But I mean, like, within this generation, within the next 20, like, a generation is like 25 years. So within this generation, another pandemic, gonna happen. I'm not predicting it. I'm saying it's gonna be a thing. Are we prepared for it? Are we gonna start now in, like, get all the toilet paper, get all the paper towel? Like, is that a way to be a good human? Or, like, what are the things that we have learned? So, I'm sorry. What are the ways in which we have learned our own humanity? What are the ways that we've appreciated ourselves and our own family and our own interactions that are like, yeah, wow, I didn't realize that was a thing until now. It took this pandemic to realize that. And then, you know, like a little whatever, like, I'm seeing so many people walking down the street without a face mask on. I'm just like, do you guys don't know it's a pandemic? Still a pandemic. I'm not going to scream it to your face, but, like, it's still a pandemic.
So, like, for colonials coming here to this land, it's maybe the second big pandemic they've experienced. But for Haudenosaunee and for many other First Nations, we brought our own.
So yeah, it's not our first rodeo, so to say, but, like,
Do you think settlers will listen to you now anymore than they ever did?
settlers will never listen. No.
So, I'm imagining, like, we're coming to a close, and
Oh, good.
please stop talking.
I'm like, I think I have an interview coming up.
So, my final question is, it's the summer, it's like mid-July, it's a beautiful day, the sun is shining.
Last year or this year coming up?
This year, July 2021.
Yeah.
Where are you? What are you doing? Take a picture.
Okay, so 2021, Ashley is in the best place. No COVID. Also, probably not walking with the walker. One day, dreams can come true. But I want to go to the dog bowl. I want to be in Trinity Bellwoods Park, and I actually just want to watch puppies run around, and I can do that with a walker or without. Yeah, puppies running around, giving me life.
That's beautiful. Well, I want to thank you for your time today and for your great insight. And you've given me a lot to think about. And I'm sure you've given the people who are going to see this a lot to think about. So thank you.
Thank you.
It's been so long since we've been here. This moment that we hold so dear. It felt as though night would forever stay. When you feel that low, there's always hope. Reach for my hand, I'll lead you home. It's there for you to always find the way. I'll tell you once, then tell you twice. Don't doubt it, look into my eyes. I'll always be your safest place to fall. If you ask me what is coming, well, I don't know, but I'm loving you. One thing I'm sure of, the pain will come and go, but we're better off together than alone. Now let's sit and dim the lights, tell tales of sleepless nights. The world is burning, tearing at the seams. We'll share truth about our lives. We'll pray time will make this right. 'Cause I need you here, not only in my dreams. I'll tell you once, then tell you twice. Don't doubt it, look into my eyes. I'll always be your safest place to fall. If you ask me what is coming, well, I don't know, but I'm loving you. One thing I'm sure of, the pain will come and go, but we're